I know this sounds crazy, but would you be my date this weekend? Just pretend we're together." Ethan Mercer looked up from the engine he was rebuilding. Grease smudged across his weathered hands. The woman standing in his garage doorway looked familiar somehow. Designer heels, silk blouse, nervous energy radiating off her like heat from asphalt in July. "Ma'am, I think you've got the wrong place," he said quietly, wiping his hands on a rag. "No." Her voice cracked slightly. I saw you. Last week. You helped that elderly couple." Then Ethan remembered. The broken-down sedan on Route 9. The elderly man, Harold, and his wife, Dorothy, stranded in the heat. He'd pulled over, fixed their radiator hose, refused the $20 they'd offered because he'd seen Dorothy counting coins in her purse. What he hadn't noticed was the sleek black car pulled over 50 yards ahead, Claire's car, also overheating, and the young woman in a business suit watching him work. He hadn't seen her miss her meeting because she couldn't stop thinking about what real kindness looked like. Someone filmed it, posted it online. Mechanic refuses payment from elderly couple. 3 million views. But I didn't need the video. I was there. I saw your face when you handed back their money. She sat on his workbench, her polished exterior crumbling like rust on a husky tool. "My family reunion is this weekend. Everyone keeps asking why I'm still single, why I'm always working, why I can't just be normal. I need someone kind, someone real, just for 2 days." Her name was Claire Donovan, 28 years old, CEO of a tech startup, and utterly alone. Ethan was 33, inherited his father's garage after cancer took him 3 years ago. He understood loneliness. "All right, I'll do it. I'll pay you. No money." His voice was firm but gentle. "If I'm doing this, it's because you need help, not because you're buying it." The reunion was held at a lakeside estate upstate. Ethan borrowed his friend Marcus's truck and picked up Claire Saturday morning. She'd transformed back into her corporate armor, but her hands trembled as they drove. "What if they see through this?" she asked. "Then they see through it. You're still you either way." Her sister, Victoria, greeted them with a smile sharp as glass. "Claire, you actually brought someone." The weekend unfolded like a play. Claire's mother, Eleanor, watched them with hawk eyes. Her father, Richard, barely looked up from his phone. Cousins exchanged knowing glances. During dinner, Eleanor criticized Claire's career. "You're 28, darling. When will you focus on what matters? Family, legacy." Ethan's fork clinked against his plate. "With respect, ma'am, I've watched Claire this weekend. She listens when people talk. She notices when someone needs something. She's kind, even when she's hurting. Seems to me that's exactly what matters." The table went silent. Claire's eyes glistened. No one had ever defended her like that. Later, by the lake, she found Ethan skipping stones in the moonlight. "Why did you say that? You barely know me." "I know enough. I know you stopped to help a kid find his mom yesterday. I know you called your assistant to check on her sick daughter. My dad taught me that kindness isn't about how much money you make. It's about showing up, making people feel less alone. I feel less alone with you. I haven't felt that in I can't remember how long." Sunday morning brought revelation. Victoria cornered Ethan by the coffee station. "I know who she is, Claire Donovan, CEO of Novotech, worth millions. And you're what? Hoping for a payday?" Ethan set down his cup slowly. "I'm hoping your sister realizes she doesn't need to prove anything to people who should already see her." Claire overheard. She found Ethan packing his bag, her face unreadable. "You knew what they'd think, what this would look like." "Yeah, I met her eyes. Did it anyway." "Why?" "Because you asked for help. Because you needed someone to see you as a person, not a portfolio. Because everyone deserves to feel worthy, even if it's just for a weekend." She broke then, quietly, the way people break when they've been strong too long. Ethan held her, This powerful woman who'd built empires but couldn't build a bridge to her own family. They drove back in silence, but it wasn't uncomfortable. It was the silence of two people who'd shared something real. At his garage, Claire finally spoke. "I can't pay you. You won't let me. But I want to do something." "Then show up for yourself. Stop living for their approval." Claire nodded, tears on her cheeks. She hugged him, tight and grateful, then left. Weeks passed. Then one Tuesday, a single mother named Pamela arrived with a broken car and no money. Ethan fixed it free, like always. As she drove away, Claire pulled up in a modest sedan. "I've been thinking about kindness, about showing up. I want to start a foundation to help people like Pamela, but I need someone who understands what help actually looks like." Ethan raised an eyebrow. "You offering me a job?" "A partnership between someone who understands wealth and someone who understands worth." They built something extraordinary. The foundation helped hundreds, then thousands. But something unexpected happened. Ethan's story spread. The viral video resurfaced. People started coming to his garage not just for repairs, but because they heard about the mechanic who fixed cars and hearts. His business grew. He hired 2 employees, then 5, expanded the garage. But he never stopped doing free repairs for those who needed them. One evening, Claire visited the garage. It was bustling now, alive with purpose. "Look at what you've built," she said, watching Ethan train a young apprentice named Miguel. "Look at what we built," he corrected. They didn't fall in love, they didn't marry, but they built something better. A friendship rooted in mutual respect, a foundation that changed lives, and proof that kindness multiplies when you give it away. Years later, at a fundraiser, someone asked Claire about her success. She smiled and said, "Someone once showed up for me when he had nothing to gain. He taught me that the greatest currency in the world isn't money, it's kindness. And the beautiful thing about kindness? The more you give, the richer everyone becomes." If you enjoyed this story, please like, share, subscribe, and comment.